What song goes long as my bitches love me? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no.
I told you that shit didn't work. I told you, ain't no fucking way. All right. Yeah. I officially started recording. Just remember, occasionally looking at the camera. It should catch all of us and talking to the microphone. That's all you got to know.
Gang.
What's your name?
Yeah, what's your name? Introduce yourself.
I'm Third. Third side. Everybody calls me Third.
Where are you from?
I'm from Houston, Texas.
Where's that at?
Nebraska.
Where are you really from? You know what he asked.
I'm from over there.
All right. Fucking
The other way.
Hot Topic guy. Kendrick. You want to talk about music and shit?
Crazy.
Talk about music and shit.
Crazy.
Crazy?
That shit hard, bro.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Solid 8.5.
Damn.
Say something, Donnie.
Hello? Hello?
You got to turn that hoe on, stupid.
Oh.
Every time. Every fucking time.
time.
There we go. Okay, we in the show.
Nah, this album was really crazy, though. Like,
There's been a couple crazy albums, low key.
Let's focus on one, though. Kendrick shit.
especially the shit, like, happening, like, surrounding it. Like, I guess on that level.
Like what?
Shit, wow. Like, the YSL shit.
Oh, yeah.
And then
for
him
sure.
to drive, I feel like it's perfect timing. Like,
Yeah.
Also true.
Rest in peace, Lil Key.
Facts.
Fuck
Bro,
lean,
lose,
bro.
dog.
Fuck
Yeah.
that lean shit, bro.
That's
that
how
what
you
got
got?
I heard it was kidney failure, so I
Kidney
assumed.
failure,
It's
lean,
gotta be
bro.
lean.
Yeah. Fuck that shit, bro. I want hip hop to like grow out of the phase where like niggas be talking about like that shit's cool. Like, I feel like Houston can be a big part of that too. Like, I feel like a lot of it's on us, like,
For sure.
cause that's just not cool. Like,
But like at the
all
end
our
of the day-
OGs died off of that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
But we still gonna play like we was just singing "Drink in My Cup."
you know,
Which ain't even like
it's like
even
so.
an anthem, but we still did that.
It's for
shit.
show sewed into the culture, but like it don't have to be that shit moving.
But that's the
forward.
premise of Kendrick shit,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is what you're talking about, which is
Yeah.
why that shit's so relevant. Because he talks about a lot of shit that's like kind of inherent to his shit.
Oh,
The
yeah.
main thing I took
Hot
away from it
topic.
was like I thought, which was a cool ass point, was pretty much he goes out of his way to prove that like him and Kodak are the same. They're just from different places,
Bro, Kodak did his
And then-
thing on that shit.
Yeah,
bro. Like,
and niggas are quick. Kodak's a joke to most people, right? Because you just don't, because the way he is. But Kendrick's quick to be like, yeah, I'm the same. Y'all niggas respect me. I'm just as much as a joke, and he's just as serious as I am. You know what I mean?
yeah. And Kodak be playing on that shit sometimes. He be like, bro, like,
But he
you
can
know,
turn
be
it
saying
up
that
when
shit
he
in
wants
his
to.
songs, like, bro, like I play dumb, like that nigga funny.
But yeah. More. Wait, what do you use
I
one?
felt like
Say it.
I was not there for it.
How many times you listen to it?
Only twice. But that's why. Like, it's one of those for me, I either got to be going through something at the moment or I got to, like, it's not something I could listen to while trying to skate or trying to go to the gym, basically. Type shit.
That's a good thing though to me.
Not
Yeah.
funny.
So
'Cause
that's just where I'm at.
He
with
did
it.
have those ones on there that are like definitely like for the vibe, you know.
Oh,
You
he
could
He had
tell.
some pop songs on there.
He
That's a
did.
good point.
But I feel you. There are a
Right.
lot of songs on there that's like, all right, you
You
gotta
ugly
be,
as fuck!
You gotta listen to.
Yeah. That
You out of pocket.
yeah.
Like, yeah, that's my shit.
There are some songs on there that are gonna be like the ones.
But,
Because
like,
he's still
Auntie's Diaries, that's my shit.
That shit hard.
the
My auntie is a
mama,
nan now.
the sober one. We talked about his
Oh,
mom.
nigga.
Obviously, the fight one.
Yeah.
He fights with old girl. The fucking it's the outro to the first part.
Is that where he's talking about like his fingers
Mr.
hurt
Morales
from
is a hard
texting
song.
bitches?
Too.
Yeah, he was like you the reason R. Kelly blah 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 blah. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta listen to that hoe because I listened to it like 5 times yesterday.
That Big Stepper song is hard too. Where he's like, I'm a killer, she's a killer, he's a killer, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That shit
Some
hard.
killers, blah 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 blah. Yeah,
Yeah,
No,
it
yeah, I'm
takes
looking
a
at the
couple
song.
listens, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
We Cry Together is
Fire.
the name of the song, and I like that
Bro,
because the
he's
OJs. You know what the OJs are?
Yeah.
They're like one of those 4-man
Soul
like
band.
soul bands. Like the lead singer and the background dudes.
They made what's this song? It's like about the money. Nah, it's not money. I think it is.
It might be.
It might be. I think.
But they have a track which I love, which I've sampled before on like a beat I never used. But it's called "We Cry Together." It's the same title, and I think he's referencing it because the OJ's track is about a dude and his girl arguing, and they think it's gonna be their last night together, so they're crying together. So he's like, "Last night, me and my woman, we partied, and then we cried. Like, it's a good ass song, and I think it's Kendrick's like interpretation of that song again, because a lot of that shit has to do with like how he's an abuser, because that's just generational, you know what I mean? And so like he's going like, yeah, in the 70s this song existed, but it sounded like this. In the 2020s it sounded like this, you know, but it's still here, and I want to break the cycle. Because on the what's that, the outro to the second track, that Mr. Morale, that shit's dope as fuck. Like that's a big ass track. Because I think, oh no, not Mr. Morale, the one after that, Mother I Sober. It has Beth Gibbons on there from Portishead. She's the fucking GOAT. That's a crazy ass track. It's a crazy ass track. I can't even lie. That album is good as fuck. And even the production on it is kind of like Radiohead. Like there's a lot of pianos and shit. And a lot of like, you know, there's some poppy shit, but there's really some, I wouldn't call it experimental, but it's experimental in the realms of hip hop.
Yeah, I do like that shit though. Especially him with also like experimenting more with like filters and shit. I don't remember what song it was, but it was like that nigga just took off on that hoe, but like it was like pitched up or pitched down or some shit like that. Yeah. And like it sounded like there was another layer on that hoe, and I was like, oh my god, he's been listening to our music.
Toss my filter. Shout out. Life is unstable.
But it really felt like what is it? Untitled Unmastered. It felt like maybe that also meets.
Get out my room.
I feel like the introspective view of To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah,
that's what that felt like to me.
I felt elements from a lot of those albums.
Yeah.
Definitely like Damn, To Pimp a Butterfly, like his most recent shit. Yes, like I felt to like tie into this album, like the jazz elements, like.
And that shit was crazy.
Some of the like singing at like the beginning of the songs and shit from like Damn, like he threw that in there, like it's clean. He did it.
Yeah, because like that motherfucker is undisputably the king of hip hop, in my opinion, and I think he's been that way for a while. I would say like there was a time where it was like Drake, J. Cole, or Kendrick, and then Kendrick dropped Good Kid, Mad City, and everybody was like, it's him, and they dropped him in Butterfly, and we're like, aren't we glad it's him? You know what I mean? Like Drake is still, he might be the king of pop music or the king of whatever the fuck, but he ain't the king of Kendrick, and that's kind of Kendrick's whole point. But that's also where he's like, I'm not the savior, I make mistakes. On my album cover, I'm punching holes in walls, I'm homophobic, I'm this. I'm not an idol. Even on the album, he goes like, he made a big point of using Tupac on Spin Butterfly in the ending poem, where's the conversation on Mortal Man. On this album, he kind of backtracks on that. Not really, but like reference it where he's like, Tupac's dead. We have to move on. Like we can't, these niggas aren't gods. Yeah. I'm not, he's not.
Future
he's
told
wrong,
you get a
I'm
money
wrong.
counter. He is not your savior.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So it's like, it's super meta. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, it's an album for fans of Kendrick. Definitely, it ain't for pop sense. Like, even though he uses like pop shit, it's thematically like super, super deep.
For sure.
And that shit's crazy because that nigga really unloads on that hoe.
Bro.
Like some heavy shit.
Bro. That nigga was like.
But you
Well
know,
needed.
I felt like I made this album already. You know, that shit hurts. So I'm like, fuck. We was doing this shit 2 years ago.
That shit was
refreshing.
refreshing.
It is.
Very, very refreshing. I will say that.
Like,
it was nice to listen to that hoe on the road trip, like going to pick up Taylor and shit.
Yeah.
And
But
shit.
that We Cry Together, like, I can't play that all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm the first person in line to play some depressing shit or some heavy ass music. But that one, like, yeah, that shit's real. Like, I've been in, everybody's been in moments like that.
Yes.
I think that's what makes us friends. I can, like, you know, I'll talk to Kai about this shit, but how you have like a sixth sense for like other, my sister calls it like misfit toys. You know what I mean? Like how I could meet somebody, we could be cool and shit, but like when I met Donnie, I was like, that's my guy. Like I don't even know him, but you just kind of, it's just a vibe. And then 6 years later, you'd be like, oh yeah, this happened. You'd be like, that's why I fucks with you. I knew there was something fucking hell yeah.
We're both fucked up.
Yeah. But there's a lot of my homies like that. Leighton, nigga, you, Kobe, shit, everybody. Carlos.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah.
That's what's dope about all this life shit, though. Like, you see, like, problems are definitely relative.
For sure.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That should be crazy.
The Maslow's hierarchy of needs shit.
You know?
Like, some niggas need food and water, and that other shit don't matter. Some niggas need a job and recognition. Some people need blah, blah, blah. So it's like, shit really not worse
It's all
than
about
other things.
Perspective. Yeah, that shit was wild. This nigga even got his King on there to produce 4 tracks. That was wild.
Akeem produced?
That's hard.
Yeah. And also Alchemist and also Pharrell, like so many fuckers.
Did you
I
see
didn't
that
hear on that.
Keem
I just
also...
saw Soundwave everywhere.
Did you see that Keem also possibly wrote for some songs on Damn?
I'm sure it's a complicated, like, Kanye
That shit
definitely blew
live.
that shit with the writer's room.
Oh, for sure.
Or like how writing credits work and lyrics and shit. But I mean, everybody and their mama knows Kendrick can write his ass off. But
Yeah, that's just
recently they
crazy,
released,
though.
like who he's been ghostwriting for.
Because could you imagine?
that shit's crazy.
Imagine if it was like, nigga, imagine if I ghost wrote for Kendrick. That shit would be fucking nuts.
Yeah, but that shit don't even sound. It don't even sound like realistic.
That's why it's even better. Because no one's believing that shit. But then it's like,
Because I remember when Kendrick, that's part of like his mystique and his legend and shit. Is part of what makes him so fucking great. Like, do you remember? Because he signed to Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre. And Dr. Dre's like lineage of people he signed is fucking this shit. Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Eminem, 50 Cent, like all these motherfuckers that he killed. Even Anderson .Paak.
And that's what's nuts too.
So then when Kendrick first got signed by Dre, it was like, oh really? Who is this guy? And he has a separate deal than the TDE shit, but we're not gonna get into that. But pretty much Eminem wanted to see if Kendrick was legit. So they made Kendrick pull up unannounced, locked him in the studio, and made him write a song on the spot. Because Eminem was like, I want to see what he's got. You know what I mean? And of course, I don't remember what the song was, but I just remember hearing that story. And a bunch of little stories like that built up to this album and these moments, you know?
It's crazy.
Or like when he was on stage and the game came out there and Snoop Dogg and all the motherfuckers came on stage.
And they donned
from
that
East
nigga?
to West Coast. Yeah, they donned the nigga.
Bro.
You remember that shit?
Yeah, that nigga.
Like, that's
bro.
crazy. That shit don't happen. That's storytell shit. Or when he ethered everybody on the BET shit.
Nigga.
Like, Kendrick has so many of those moments that are, like, literally legendary.
That BET Cypher.
High five.
Jokes.
That's it.
That nigga
This shit.
Proof.
That BET Cypher legendary.
Like, just thinking about it.
I was a kid at home, like,
Bro, we was in math class.
I was
Kicked in the door to
Yes,
math
sir.
class. Grabbed Kai. Did you hear that shit?
running that shit back on
Yeah,
YouTube.
and then you control
Bro.
where he ethered Jay Electronica on his own track.
I was watching that in Nick's
This
bathroom.
nigga.
That's what's crazy. I remember hearing that in
Too
Nick's
long,
bathroom, and then I heard
About to
the
fall.
other shit while I was in theater class. Oh,
Yeah.
the cipher and beat in theater class.
Yeah.
And that shit's crazy. Both of those moments, very impactful. The fact that you can remember where the fuck you were, that shit's so live. bro.
Exactly. I literally remember.
Jackson shit.
Yeah, but I didn't grow up with Michael Jackson. I remember when he died,
Yeah.
and I was
was sad for some reason. But
I was
like-
sad for other people being sad.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
my
it.
stepmom
I'm
fell
not
out.
gonna lie. Like I was sad because like other people was sad, and I knew who Michael Jackson was, obviously. But like,
Yeah.
bro, I was in fucking elementary school. Like I was like fifth. That was like fifth grade.
Yeah,
Probably.
fifth, sixth grade.
Like fourth, fifth
That sounds
grade.
about
Yeah.
Nah. I remember
Rest in
that
peace,
nigga.
though.
That nigga terrified me. I get why Thriller made it, because my uncle like had installed TVs in his car. And he had came to pick me up from school, and I was like, oh, yeah, I get to ride in a cool whip, you nigga, you know what I'm saying? This nigga had Michael Jackson on. This is the first time I'm ever hearing this shit. So I'm like, dang, this nigga's, like, relevant. Well, that sounds fucked up. Like,
Yeah,
but
that's a good point.
Yeah, but,
Good
like,
point.
it's that Thriller, and, like, it's, like, at the end, though. So I'm like, I'm hearing the dum-dum-dum, and I'm like, yeah, this shit hit, nigga. And then, like, I'm literally watching this nigga transform into that zombie shit, and, like, that shit freaked me the fuck out forever. And, again, like, it terrified me in such a way that intrigued my curiosity. So then I remember going into the car again like a couple days later, and I was like, hey, can you play that guy you played a couple days ago? And like, that's how I got into Michael Jackson. And that shit's nuts.
Michael Jackson is the king of
First
shit.
time
Right.
Michael Jackson really like caught my like attention was like I was a kid like in the car, like my mom just played like Human Nature, and I was just like, I just remember like laying in the back seat and just like feeling like I was in a dream or some shit. Like that shit felt crazy.
This motherfucker right here love Michael Jackson. Did I tell you? Ever told you that story? So like, not about this nigga, but about so Michael Jackson. Everybody got their shit, but I mean, here's the shit. But my little sister was like obsessed with Selena, right? Because Selena had died, and then it was kind of like she didn't know who she was, and we made her watch the movie, and we kind of made a big deal out of it. So she became like kind of fixated on Selena, and part of it was because Selena was dead, and it was like this legend, you know what I mean? So then Michael Jackson died, and she kind of did the same thing. And we were like, oh no, because she became like obsessed with Selena. It's like, we can't do this again with Michael Jackson, especially with his history.
Yeah,
like,
right.
We're not going through this shit.
Bro.
So my fucking uncle, we had this shed in the backyard, and he told her that Michael Jackson lived in that hoe. And if she did anything bad, Michael Jackson was going to haunt her. And he called her Wacko Jacko. Wacko Jacko in the shed. That shit was so fucked up. But she was like 8. She was like 8 or 9. It was funny at the time. He got like a Michael Jackson mask and everything. That shit was so bad. But then, yeah, I kind of broke the illusion. Killed a kid's dreams that day.
She
So, yeah.
decided to never fuck with Michael Jackson.
This shit's terrible. But yeah, best Michael Jackson songs. Remember the Time, PYT, Rock With You. I like the kind of like, I like that vibe. You know what I mean? Shit's fire.
For me, it's like Dirty Diana.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
That was the one for me.
Dirty Diana. Definitely. What's that shit? I don't want to say is that they don't really care about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my shit. And shit. Oh, what is that?
Him and Quincy.
I guess it is. Remember the Time. You and me on the phone. Yeah. Yeah. What about?
Yeah.
What with that Paul McCartney song?
Oh,
Scat on that hoe.
That song kind of smooth. It's not up there like with his best, but like that song's funny.
yeah. Fucking man. So like,
Right, nigga?
Since he was 5.
Can you like, nigga?
but at what cost?
I mean,
Yeah, that shit.
Kids.
Little boys' butts.
hey, Kendrick even talked about that shit on his album though.
Exactly,
bro.
Exactly, Kendrick's point.
He talked
And
about
that shit is
fuck, I
so,
forgot to set
bro.
the goddamn timer.
the extortion of the industry.
Like, nigga.
Like, hey, he put the elephant in the room right in their face.
Nah, the elephant been in the room. He just took the paint off that motherfucker. Them
Yeah,
niggas had
for
that hoe in
sure.
camo. Niggas was like, we're not going to pay attention to this. He was like,
He said
nah.
everything that was needed to be said.
Yeah.
Right, for now,
as a rapper,
Yeah.
as the king of hip hop.
as a conscious
And I feel like people are about to talk about that shit, and that's all I need
That's
to
what he
do.
really wanted.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
Like
just
this
a
right
smart
here.
discussion.
Exactly it.
I mean,
that
hopefully,
shit
hopefully.
'Cause it's been a
Especially
while.
all the shit he said about the industry and shit. Like, shit crazy.
Yeah.
But he was speaking about black culture as a whole,
Oh, yeah.
because that shit was he's not going like we should cancel niggas or anything that's not really productive.
Mhm.
He's going like, this is a literal example of what I went through, and I'm sure many of y'all did. So what the fuck are we gonna do about it?
Mhm.
Kind of.
It's like he really called out everything everybody sees, but nobody said anything about
Yeah.
it. Like,
But I don't have the, it's such a ingrained in our culture thing.
yeah,
Maybe it's American, maybe it's masculinity, like all that shit.
it's all of it. Yeah,
Because this motherfucker. There's so much, There's so much to unpack, and like, I'm not even as intimate with the details of the album yet to just recall it off my head. But I'm just thinking, like, he's talking about his mom getting fucking sexually assaulted in Chicago, and then they asked him if he was assaulted by his uncle, and then he was like, no, but they didn't believe him, And he's like, just even by asking me that question, you made me grow up really fast.
Type shit.
And when you grow up really fast, you fucked,
Mm-hmm.
And like, that's what I'm talking about. I can like subconsciously meet people and I go like, are they like, has the little veil been broken, has the reality been shattered? Like shit don't matter, When you see some shit at 6,
Facts.
Yeah.
you can't be worried about like, oh yeah, I'm this 9 to 5, blah 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 blah
Yeah.
shit at 20. You just be like, we're gonna fucking die. Like,
Yeah,
what the
nigga.
fuck are we gonna do? You know. So
Existential.
all existential, yeah, existential
Yeah.
from a young age. But that shit is just dope, and that shit you would never expect somebody to be able to. I just didn't see it coming. I knew it was gonna be good,
Mhm.
but I didn't. It's very important. That shit's cool. Cool as fuck. It's the point. It's the point of all this shit. It's why we make music. That's
No
what it feels
shit.
like.
Got it off.
Push it in perspective.
That shit's crazy. 2
I-
whole albums.
Yeah.
2 whole albums.
Because the
bro.
plan is he has the PG Lang and the TDE shit, and he's leaving TDE. So does that count? Is that like a blonde, like Frank Ocean type deal?
I think
where
he-
that's his endless, and he's gonna drop another one.
He said. I think he said that this is his last TDE album.
Okay,
So like this is it for TDE.
cool. Because
Yeah.
it had the PG Lang imprint on the bottom. So I was
Okay.
wondering if the first part was like TDE and the second part was PG Lang,
Oh.
and that's because I remember the run up to the show about 2 weeks ago was supposed to be a double-headed album.
Okay, that'd be cool.
So I was
That's cool
expecting the
as fuck.
Mr. Morale and Big Steppers to be kind of like an endless, where it's more akin to like that
If
Black
you see
Panther
the
album.
track list, it's
Word.
like it's numbered like that.
Yeah.
It's numbered split. It's like 1 through 9.
But it's all one idea for the most part. To me.
Yeah.
So
Because there is like Morale and Stepper shit, like
yeah,
on different halves, you know. Like
Mhm.
there's
it'd be
a
different
song
if one
that
half was
mentions Big
bangers.
Stepper shit,
Yeah.
you know, in the first half.
So
I thought he was gonna split it like
Who are the big steppers supposed to be? His kids?
nah, Big
Yeah.
Stepper is like that Keem type shit.
and,
Like
and Kodak,
Yeah.
Word.
because he had the Kodak on the front of the Big Stepper song, like it's me, it's the Big Stepper, okay, Lama.
So yeah, I mean that shit. There's so much to say about it. It's why we make music. It's why I love this shit. It brings up all those fucking feelings that got me into this shit.
Dang.
You know, shit's
And
dope.
Kendrick is a big part of that for me too. Like originally, like he definitely made me like look at shit different when I was growing up, like making music and shit and writing. I always used to write since like middle school, and when I started listening to Kendrick, like it just made me think about shit way different. Like
Yeah. And that motherfucker says his favorite rapper is Lil
Definitely
Wayne.
Deeper.
Wow.
Lil Wayne's up there too.
You know? And that's his point though at this album is like low key is like I'm the guy y'all probably hate. You know? I'm just really talented and y'all will overlook that shit and y'all empathize with me, but y'all really should empathize with all my people and everybody else on top of that. But yeah, his favorite rapper, Lil Wayne. But you wouldn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like Q's favorite rapper is fucking 50 Cent. Like it's all over the place. You
That's
know?
wild. Yeah.
You think the
feel
motherfuckers
like-
be out there with DJ Quick. But our favorite rappers ain't fucking zero. Even though we respect it and we love it and it's our culture.
Yeah,
My favorite rapper is Kendrick or Mac Miller or somebody. It don't really matter where you're from. That's who you like in tune with.
and I feel like Houston really like forming his own like just unique like sound and like new culture in general. Like
It's
I don't
definitely
know.
yeah.
Like,
It's like the,
off of what is, but it's still it's still very much like what it was, but like there's just a lot of like new growth and like new birth in this shit. Like it's clean, like it's crazy.
the rose through concrete shit. It's like, you know, we have a culture and it was a very very specific one. You know, Swang and Bang, Chopped and Screwed, Purple Shit, Paul Wall,
Slow
Slim
and
Thug,
Low,
all the
baby.
motherfuckers we love, you know?
Yeah.
Facts.
And then you have nothing for a while and you get Travis popping up. And then kind of nothing. And not to knock Houston's underground scene or anything.
But it
But,
wasn't
like-
really as like collaborative and as like I would say where it's starting to become really like organized and like free and
Yeah,
like
crossed over and
Yeah.
engaging. Like the
because
underground
like we're
wasn't
going to
particularly
punk
inviting.
shows, we're going to raves,
Yeah.
like we're throwing rap punk shows, like going crazy, like artists sounding insane, like alternative bands, like it's sick as fuck right now.
Yeah.
It's a new nuance, for sure. It's dope.
Said nuance.
And it's clean, like seeing it getting away from like the old stigmas that like Houston's like known for. Like
Yeah,
Like, we don't sound like what we used to sound like.
we don't sound like fucking anybody.
that's
Honestly,
That's what's kinda
the rap
cool.
shit is like, from my perspective, like a lot of the shit super industrial, like really abrasive production, really like aggressive. Because like he's saying, a lot of crossover, a lot of cross pollination. You can't come with no bullshit at the hardcore show.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You got to come with some heavy ass, dope ass experimental shit that'll engage a stranger. They go like, oh, that's why they like that genre.
Yeah.
And same for anybody else. Like, there's all kinds of cool ass shit and people that just by the nature of me watching them has put me on the music. Like Mexican Coke, like their fucking like what's it called? Like their concept of like we're a group of fucking robbers who wear a ski mask and we're all coked out of our brains, we're fucking people up and we're gonna perform with a sawed off shotgun.
That's just
Like,
so hard.
To actually commit to the theme so hard, and like they was choking motherfuckers out with belts in the first row. This nigga took off his belt, was whipping people. Like that shit is awesome. Cause like I like heavy, fast, hardcore shit, but I like it a lot more now. And ain't no bullshitting when they're on the set, you know? And that goes for a lot of people.
Oh yeah, popping out and feeling that energy is really like
Getting that shit off, man.
Shit.
That's what it's about.
shit different, bro.
That shit fire.
Speaking of Travis, y'all think he stole ASAP Rocky style?
Travis Scott?
I saw that little clip.
Who?
I saw
Bro,
that.
on Drink
that's-
Champs.
That sounds so fucking
ASAP
bro.
Rocky
Bro.
did that shit.
On
think that
Drink
shit-
Champs.
ASAP Rocky
It was like
I think they
I mean,
took it out of
he
context.
said-
They probably took it out of
Yeah.
context.
You know what?
Yeah.
If you had asked
It's like-
me this in 2014 and you see Travis with the braids wearing Pyrex and shit, you could make the argument
Right.
that ASAP did it first. I mean, the niggas on the wall over there.
It's
In
like
2014 though.
it's like maybe, but like,
But now,
are we talking about
Exactly.
But we just gotta. I
Exactly.
just think about what we talking about, like, cause
Race
I don't
is
watch
not like
niggas
a
like that,
unique
so I
thing.
don't know. But like, we're talking about a New York nigga
who took the
that's
Houston
inspired
sound?
by Houston.
Yeah.
Taking the Houston niggas stack, that's not
That inspired the Houston. Like,
Yeah,
wait,
like,
hold
they're inspired by
on.
the same source.
Yeah.
We're talking about a Houston nigga.
They're
The
both
New York nigga is inspired by
like,
Houston,
and shit,
but
Bro.
like he.
I don't think
jocking his
musically
swag.
they're
Alright, cool.
even the same
Nah.
Yeah.
ballpark.
Nah, they don't make the
But
same
early
music
on,
at all.
Travis was a lyricist. Like if you go watch his XXL freestyle from
Travis
like
can rap.
13,
Bro.
that nigga was trying to rap his ass
I don't know
off.
what he be doing now, but like
You know?
he can rap.
And that was on
He
a
can
New York
rap when
style
he
beat,
wants.
so you could give it like maybe you could be like, oh yeah, One Train ASAP versus XL fucking Travis. Like maybe, but that's just hip hop, nigga.
Yeah. And I
Hip
feel like
hop
that's region.
automatically has a New
And
York
plus, he's a fucking New
inspiration.
York guy, yeah. Like he's gonna rap more.
Style wise, Travis sounded Kanye, Virgil, Rocky. You can see it, but I don't think that shit's intentional.
Man,
That's just the nature of pop culture.
All them
Yeah,
all them
I would not say
niggas,
them
all them
niggas dress
famous
the same at
niggas be
all.
dressing the same, bro.
Bro.
They be
But
wearing the
that's
same
ASAP's
shit.
pride. You just hit this nigga in his ego,
Right.
Because that's
Drink
the problem.
champs though. That's what
Trendsetters
they
get
do.
copied.
That's what that nigga Noir does. He
What?
fucking he acts shit like that.
Who?
Like on Drink Champs.
I love that nigga though.
He acts dumb shit just because he has to.
Yeah.
He's
It worked.
I mean, you see the shit he was asking Snoop. Snoop didn't get mad. That nigga stayed Snoop. He was like, I don't.
He be getting niggas drunk and he be like, all right, I'm about to ask you some wild shit.
See if he react to that or not.
That nigga's. How do you feel about Big Sean?
That nigga,
Are the accusations true?
What? I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
you don't want to Drink Champs?
No,
See, this is why
Trip.
I don't
Drink
fuck with
Champs.
none of these people.
You would know
It's a
what-
podcast, bro.
Noriega.
Yeah, it's like this.
Nor.
But like they
It's with
just-
Nori from CNN.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. He's on CNN?
No, I don't know.
CNN is a
From-
rap group.
yeah.
Oh,
Golden
okay, my
Noriega.
bad. Yeah, I was like,
DJ Effin or whatever. It's
Well, I fuck with Noriega, so
Yeah.
He's there. and
That
he's
boy
going,
Nori.
And then like they
It's
usually
hard.
talk
He had
to
Kanye
the
on there.
others.
He
But
got
sometimes like
So
young-
Nori's the one asking crazy ass shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, I kind of like the idea.
And he's getting niggas
And then
like they're
drunk
drinking
as
the
fuck.
whole
Just get
time.
fried, and they're literally sponsored by like everybody.
So
Yeah.
it'd just be like drinks
It's
all
like
the
Surrounding
time.
I'm imagining some
And if the
fucking
person on
Vlad
the show
TV
has
looking
their-
motherfucker being like, "Let me ask some controversial shit."
Oh, nah.
I'd be like, oh,
It'd
that
just be-
sounds so.
Yeah, it'd just be
They
Nori
like,
being.
that shit, and he's like, "Oh, I'm a music nigga."
Yeah.
So like we talk about our times, like he usually like just brings up him in his Pharrell days and shit. you
That's
know,
cool.
Being with NRD, and then like he usually talks to younger niggas and just like tries to put them on game.
And if they got their own like alcohol brand, like
Yeah.
Let's unplug
Wayne
it.
was on there.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And it's about
they'll
giving
be drinking
flowers
their
and
shit.
shit.
Yeah.
It's that's literally what the show's about. Like giving.
But what's
each
the
other
Big Sean
flowers.
shit? What y'all talking about there?
They
Oh,
had-
that was
He was
Kanye.
up there. He was talking about Kanye.
This nigga Ye was like, the biggest mistake I ever made was signing Big Sean.
He's like, I'm
He
gonna get
said
that
that
on
on
my
Drink
tombstone.
Champs. And
Yeah.
then
That
when he had
was
Big
like-
Sean on there, he asked
And he
him
asked
about
him
it.
about
He
it.
was like,
Yeah.
you saw it, right? He was
Sean,
like,
how'd you
"Oh,
feel
that
about
shit."
that? And then Sean was like, "Oh, you want to be real?"
That
Okay,
nigga, that nigga Nori said, let's give it up for Big Sean, Big Sean. And it was like, no. He said he was the worst artist he signed. It was like, the worst?
He said, "You clap, Nori," and he addressed it. Like, he was like confrontational
Bro,
as fuck. Like, it was
yeah,
wild.
very good.
Like
Big
Big Sean
Sean
was
was
yeah.
Nori was like, bro, I misheard that nigga. I swear to God.
Then he was like, "Nah, out of respect." Like he checked that nigga. He was like, "So what you really mean and shit?" Like it was funny.
Yeah,
but like,
bro.
it wasn't funny. But like,
Nah, that shit was dying.
was
That's
a train
fucked, nigga.
yeah, because like
That shit.
you could see that nigga was sweating. And then
Honestly, that reminds me. You were saying fuck Donnie the other day.
But the other
Just kidding.
time, it
I
made
get
Nori
it.
stop drinking, bro. On the next podcast, he like
I felt like a
stopped
space
drinking and he addressed
cowboy.
it. He was like, I didn't like the questions I was asking and shit because I was drunk and like trying to start shit." So,
Yeah.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Well, you don't need Kanye to drunk to start anything.
but
To even say something
You just
confrontational.
Kanye.
yeah,
You just
he
be like,
addressed it. You know?
Kanye, what did you
FaceTime
think about
that
today?
nigga.
Fuck Jesus. And
But
then
he even had the game.
Elon Musk is a
Like,
Democrat.
game's the same
He
way
has
though.
all volatile niggas, but like he just lets them be. Like he doesn't try to like press them like how other media does. You know, like guide them. And shit.
Yeah, yeah,
He
that's
lets
fair.
them like take the conversation wherever.
Sure. But I
Yeah.
mean, fucking Big Sean ghost wrote for Kanye.
Yeah,
Some of
I
his
mean, he
best
literally
verses.
spoke,
Like,
got
bro.
to speak about it, and it was wild.
And Big Sean definitely got. I mean, I can't say he got held back because he did get a big ass pop release, and he still has a career riding the wave from the shit he was doing in
True.
2013.
And he also
2012.
did his
Still
shit
good.
with
Still good.
that Detroit album.
Yeah,
That
He's still-
mixtape,
He's
sorry.
still good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Toy's crazy.
but I
It's just
mean,
wild the relationship like they have now since they told Rich like they
because
just be
Kanye
petty.
burns every bridge that he's
Bro,
ever
that
walked on.
sucks.
It just
man.
sucks because they're just like they don't have to be like that because
You
they're
feel?
rich.
Well,
Well, I
it's-
understand, you know.
Yeah, but it ain't fucking Big Sean.
Like,
But it's crazy though, because
It's
you
not
really
him.
see at
He's
some
not the only
point
one.
somebody
Like
has
Kendrick
to
was
shit
talking
on
about the show on the
somebody.
album.
I mean, even Push was there too.
You remember that shit where he was like, I saw Drake and
Everybody
Kanye
having
talking.
their
Oh,
arguments,
word.
bro.
I guess I
Everybody
need
should do
to
their shit.
check my ego
Mhm.
because him and Drake don't fuck with each other.
Who?
Kendrick and Drake.
I mean, yeah.
And Kendrick talks about the album like maybe I should grow the fuck up
I mean,
because really there shouldn't be beef.
I didn't even know them niggas didn't fuck with each other.
Yeah, exactly.
he doesn't fuck with
Facts.
There's the antics probably. That's what he probably doesn't fuck with.
I mean, there's probably a lot of shit you don't fuck with. Why does Drake never use his platform to talk about anything that fucking matters? You know what I mean? That's the reason why Kendrick beat him in the race.
He's Disney, bro. He can't
I
talk
know
about it.
it's Disney. He Marvel. He's not.
He can't do it. It's
You know,
out of his deal.
He's good, but that's not his pocket.
He's a superhero.
Yeah.
And that's the problem is he can choose
He
for it
can't
not
be
to be his pocket,
controversial.
and he still gets to be on top.
But it's okay.
And that's
'cause,
why
yeah.
Kendrick come in that whole.
Kendrick can say what he
Swinging.
wants to say.
You know?
You know, he doesn't have to be in the public eye like that.
J. Cole is just as capable, and he does talk about that shit. But in my opinion, I was a huge J. Cole fan in high school. I don't think he has the artistry that Kendrick has.
What do you mean?
Like,
I think they're trying to do different things.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I think they are trying to do different things, but like, let's say
Because
Drake is skill without soul.
I mean,
J. Cole is soul
but
and skill
you gotta
without.
look what they're doing.
like-
my nigga Cole he does a festival for Dreamville, like for people to come there to have it, see his artists and shit. Like
Yeah. But Kendrick
Kendrick
literally
just started PG Lane.
Yeah, he started a label.
Like maybe he'll do a festival and shit soon, but
I'm
I feel
bigger
like
picture.
Cole's on some other shit. Like he's trying to
Bigger
give shit
picture,
to the
he
artists.
signs us.
No, fuck all that shit. I'm saying big picture. Why would J. Cole start a label? And it's to get
Get
his
his
culture
shit
out,
off.
to get his people out.
To
What is
find
his shit
niggas.
though?
He's been finding niggas.
I know. But I'm saying, you know, what's J. Cole talking? He's talking about his brothers getting shot in the Ville, and he made that whole album about the daughter.
He
And
has to
about,
talk about like his environment. That's what he sees.
I know, Kai.
He does
His
the same
environment
shit from his perspective.
is similar to Kendrick's, and I'm saying, say that shit. Say that shit. That's why I'm
You're
bringing it
good
Spread it
up.
out.
Hey, let it.
Yeah,
Say
man.
that shit.
Look into the camera. Say it. Say how you feel.
Bro, this is what we
You
here
hate him
for.
or you love him.
That's my point, though. Is like J. Cole. Can turn niggas off.
J. Cole can rap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Let me say that first and foremost.
Can rap?
J. Cole can rap. and he has some songs.
Yeah.
But overall, his music just kind of boring.
There it is. That's what I'm talking about, though.
Like,
I was the biggest.
I could listen to it one time and be like,
got
all
it.
right.
Got it. Exactly.
Like, can I say this is like, I'm not going to like bash it and be like, this is terrible. Like, this is the worst music. Nah, I'm not going to say that because that's not true. He don't make terrible music.
Sonically, it's great.
But like, it's just.
That's why I brought that shit up, though.
I don't want to listen to this again. Like, I'm good.
Yep.
You know, like, I cannot listen to this again and I'll be okay.
It has a replay value.
Thanks.
But I feel like this is a person too. You know.
Yeah,
That's true.
because I will say I listened to Illuminati like multiple times.
His
The
earlier shit.
Born Center.
Born Center, my
Born
bad.
Center has
Yeah.
some songs on there.
That's my
Does.
shit. You feel me? And
I
then
haven't heard it in a
Forest
minute.
Hill Drive
I-
too is crazy, y'all. I mean, there's some shit. He got some
I listen to KOD more than I listen to Forest Hill Drive.
I don't like KOD. That's why
I listen to
train.
definitely specific
I never heard that
singles
album.
on Forest Hill Drive, but I couldn't as a whole project. I couldn't.
I like the
yeah.
release of Forest Hills Drive, but that was
Yes.
like that was when my musical, like my knowledge and shit was maturing.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
that was the final. That was like the end of my typical just hip hop education. And then from the album on, that's when it was jazz and Beth Gibbons and rock and like real deep hip hop and like all of that shit. And then comparing it back, looking back on it, nigga, especially that was when we started making music because that came out 15, 16, right?
But now we know about so much.
Oh my god!
And like when you start making this shit, if it's like, even if it's average or above average, it's almost like offensive
Facts.
because you're like, nah, nigga. Like I know what it takes to go
Yeah.
hard, and I know what it takes to be creative. And even if I'm coming up short, you have an opportunity to be great. So if you
Especially
come
with
up
that
short,
budget.
it's
That's the only
personal.
thing.
And it's like I don't know about other niggas like, but like I feel that shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like when I'm creating, it's like it don't feel right or like it feel like I could go harder. Like you feel that
For
shit,
sure.
you
Yes.
know? And it's like, all right, I'm not gonna drop this song.
Yeah,
I know I could go a little bit
yeah.
harder.
Like this was a test.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
Like, I know my flow's not all the way right with this shit. Like,
Yeah.
let me tweak this a little more.
Like, there's
Like,
multiple times me and this nigga were recording. I'm just like, I should have said this instead of this or whatever the fuck. And then you, well, too late.
literally,
It's a process. It's a process.
for sure.
But you know, you learn with every song you make.
Hell yeah. Cause you know when you got that feeling, like
that's why I do respect.
But
the
that's how you
vision.
can also tell some niggas really was like, fuck, I'm about to just jump in the stew right now.
yeah,
Like they have not been like practicing and prior to
Yeah, bro,
anything.
'cause
Yeah.
It's a difference when I write and then when I freestyle a little bit and then like
Oh,
Or I
for
punch in.
sure.
hell
it's
yeah.
like that shit just it comes out in different ways.
My best writing comes from obviously. I mean, it's kind of that's redundant. It's inspiration, and to get inspired, you got to hear some great shit, and that's what I'm looking for when I'm listening to music. If it don't inspire, like, it has to go back to me, which is like kind of my fucking fucked up situation.
Yeah.
If it can't build to what the fuck I'm doing,
Word.
then I'm combative with the music itself. But it's also we record, so it's podcasts. I like to write movies and shit. It's movies, like everything I consume. It's a real like it's a war, and when it's bad, I'm in a bad mood because like you know my mind is busy. You know,
Yeah.
that's just the way I am though. I don't know if y'all the same way. I'm sure y'all the same way with music.
And that's why, yeah, like,
Bullshit don't fly.
you know, and like, that's why I be trying to tell people, like, sometimes people will tell me, like, listen to certain things, and it's not even that I don't like what you're telling me to listen to. I'm just not going through what I need to be going through to
For
actually
it to hit.
appreciate this music.
Yeah.
You know? Because that's right now.
And everything has an east context too.
You feel me?
Like if you know the story behind usually the artist or some shit
That hits so
that
much
usually
harder.
makes it hit like 10 times more.
That's why we love documentaries though.
You know?
Yeah.
So a lot of times that I have to listen to new music, I'm already in the car, and I can't, like, focus on driving, like, try to process these bars that I'm hearing and all the instruments and all the sound.
Yeah.
So it doesn't hit the same. But, like, when you hits, like, you go through some, like, nigga, when you, like, get through the worst part of your life and then damn drops, nigga, like, bro, yeah. You're on an acid trip. You're at that worst part of the acid trip, too. You're, like, on the come down part. You're like, fuck, my life sucks. What is happening? And then you just hear the, is a wicked man. Oh, we.
It's a wild album to listen to on
That shit
tip,
starts- Yes,
I ain't gonna
bro.
lie.
Yeah, but that's
And then you
almost
hit
cheating.
Feel,
Yeah, you cheated.
and I cheated?
No.
Yeah,
If you listen to music on acid, that's like cheating.
Because you enhance
What?
But it's
you
enhancing,
enhance it.
yes.
To be fair though, it was like my
What?
second time doing acid, so I was like, I didn't know music
No,
was gonna hit.
that's fine. Your story's cool.
But
Oh,
yeah,
that
but
is- Kendrick counts.
as you chose, damn, that makes.
But I
that-
wonder if you
that
listen to like
album-
MGK on acid.
Yeah, you feel me?
It becomes fire.
I listened to Savage Mode. Was it? No.
Savage Mode is 21 with the.
Was that 21?
Yeah.
Nah, I listened to what was fucking Future's album with Metro?
He got a lot of the bones.
That first one,
I'll look it up. But tell your story.
but I listened to it on acid. Nah,
How was
it's a Metro. It's the one that has X on it. Stunting on my ex bitch. Fuck a wedding ring, I bought a Nick.
That's,
Wait, no,
that is 21.
I'm tripping. That yeah, I did.
That's Savage Mode.
I did listen to that whole on acid.
I
I thought it was a Future one. I was like, bro, nah, that shit was crazy, bro.
But like, there is a time and a place for all music, for the most part. But yeah, Kendrick shit. There's a certain mode I want to be in. Even like
so much shit out there.
I've been saying
Like
fuck
what?
Drake since 2017 or so. Because at first I was like,
it's crazy. Y'all got to stop with the Drake slander.
that's what I'm getting to though. Is like that Scorpion shit was trash.
He got a
Right?
Scorpion
And
was trash.
And then
Whether
he
it's-
dropped some shitty ass shit after that, like a playlist.
Everything after Scorpion trash.
But
he makes so
through-
much music. He's bound to make.
yeah, but I've been on a
trash.
boycott for about 2-3 years
It's
on
just
Drake.
he getting on that
It's
J Cole
formula.
on that J Cole wave where it's like I don't need to hear this again. Like I heard it all before.
Yes.
Like everything Drake does, I've heard it.
Because we've been with him through the years.
But I didn't hear the
But
nigga
that's
for
the
like 3
thing.
years, other than like on accident.
He
when
used
started.
to he used to make it
Accident.
exciting. I'd say everything up to like Take Care, even if
Oh,
you're
you-
reading
That's my
this,
shit.
it was too late.
He reading
That's
the
what
slurs.
That
made
shit
me a
was
Drake
in it.
fan.
It wasn't predictable.
That's what
That
made
shit
me
was
a Drake
in.
fan.
The one nothing was the same. All that shit was cool, and then after that, bro, it just got predictable as fuck.
That's
It's like, bro, I've heard
What's
you
the
keep
newest
doing
one,
the same
CLB?
thing now. Like you're talking about the same subject. Like it got real stale. He's playing it safe
And that's
as fuck,
bro.
and it's boring.
that's what Kendrick should so because he risked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This nigga risked it.
That's
for the
why I
biz
fuck
people.
with that nigga.
And that's why everybody.
Yeah.
fucks with
Yeah.
him, you know.
But like,
He on that
all
Ye
niggas
shit.
like
He
it,
on the same
and that's why
wavelength.
he
That's
did it.
And he
fine.
also
I'd
says
rather
that.
have not everybody like it than
Yes.
everybody.
He
Everybody
says
don't
he
like
can't
Drake.
please
It's not
everybody.
even a win, you know.
But
Yeah,
you can
like,
tell
because
Drake
they-
wants everybody to like him.
For sure.
That's the
Yeah,
problem.
Tell,
Exactly.
Yeah, you
Like-
can tell Drake wants everyone to like. It's like trying to do that.
But the
Yeah.
Certified Lover Boy, I fucking jammed the shit out that hoe. Cause I was like, this is gonna. It has emojis on it.
There's like 2 songs
This
on
is
there
so
I like.
dumb. And then I listened to it and I was like, ah shit, this nigga's beating me.
I like TSU and
TSU hard.
he just
that
still-
song with
He does his
That too
with
sexy is
Jay-Z.
trash.
Oh, you sleep.
Bro.
Two Sexies.
I like that one.
That was like
Too Sexy in
There's
it.
some other good songs on that hoe that I'm like,
I like
yeah.
the sample, bro. You can't.
But it's the same issue.
It's a
It
lazy
just,
sample with fuck you. That whole hard.
but
Lazy song.
I knew Drake was gone when he did that 2C slide shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like,
yes,
all right,
that shit
bro.
was a bad idea.
I was like, this nigga 35 years old,
Disney.
something like that.
Like, he's vanilla ice cream, bro. He's not gonna do nothing crazy. Like, you know, at this point.
So how y'all feel
That's
about
lame,
Jack
though.
Harlow then?
That's
Cause
like,
we all know
I mean,
He's
it's,
super uber.
he can have
vanilla ice
it.
cream.
Like he's gonna do what he do, but like
Yeah.
He didn't
He
take
not-
any
He
trying to be
risk at
Drake.
all.
he
I
not an
don't know,
artist
he's
no
trying to
more.
be Drake.
He's not really an artist no more. Like
Who, Harlow?
Yeah.
nah, Drake.
Oh, Drake.
Like he
Like,
Oh,
he's just the OG.
he just Drake.
He's basically like,
Yeah.
yeah.
He
He's
just
a
gonna keep
brand.
his position. Yeah, he gonna keep his
He's a
brand. Like
producer.
yeah.
Like, he's on his money shit.
And then Jack Harlow, I was rooting for him. I ain't gonna lie. And then-
I don't know anything about him.
Yeah, you
That
feel
shit,
me? I don't.
He's a Kentucky nigga, bro. but,
People
like,
was
I
getting
was
on his
rooting
ass.
for
It's
him.
crazy.
Does Kentucky have a hip hop sound? Because sonically, I don't know anything about Kentucky.
Exactly my point.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, if from Kentucky, you probably would hear the shit that he's talking about. So he does talk about
The
Kentucky shit.
Wildcats or
And that's
Fried
why
Chicken?
everybody seems like that doesn't like the album was upset
Yeah.
because it
Oh, it's
didn't.
a
they
bunch of
don't get
Kentucky
it.
references. That's why people don't like it.
No, it
And
seemed like it didn't have
like,
heart.
Dry, like it sounds dry, but probably to him, it be in the perspective of this kid, bro. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
he just made it. He just sung with his fucking idols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In his perspective, he
That's
did
exactly
it.
it.
He
Yeah.
done did it.
This nigga was like, I got a song with Wayne.
It's
bro.
just people can't relate to the shit you talking
It's
about.
not
Yeah.
you're not in his shoes, so you
Yeah.
don't think it's true. So like,
He not talking about nothing but like what he's been going through.
yes, exactly.
Exactly.
And like that's what people are mad at. That he's not going crazy rhymes and shit.
Yeah.
Like I get it.
Like I
for
just woke
rappers,
up in the
but,
hotel.
Like, yeah, like
Three bitches sucked me up.
Okay, it's facts to what he just did. And he's in London. That's
You
what
know?
he's rapped
Yeah.
about. Like, okay, why am I mad at that?
He just
Cause
Let
that's
me
the
go to
reason we're
London,
talking
nigga.
about it, though.
Alright.
Yeah, I feel that.
That's what we're literally talking about right
I'm
now.
about to have.
I can see why people
shit.
are mad.
Shit, if
we're
I
literally-
experience that shit, I'm rapping about it.
You know?
You can rap
I
about your
feel that, but
experiences, but we're literally talking about one of the most introspective albums that just dropped of really specific shit.
He
And
raps
just
about his
because we
experience.
didn't do it doesn't mean we can't empathize. It just doesn't matter.
Cause
To some people.
I'd rap about that shit, but like I couldn't see myself making a whole like
Table this shit.
album about like just
'Cause
not
get-
connecting with like my real
shit.
life, like coming back to like making sure my feet on the ground, like the whole like.
Yeah.
Because
But that-
Don't get me
also
wrong,
comes
niggas
in-
have fun on songs and shit,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
like, am I really about to like have no like subject matter
You know?
at all in my song?
like
like
soul,
yeah,
like
at
even
all?
like the fucking
Even a
important
bar, like come on, like just one where it's like,
But
ooh,
to him,
like right
he
there,
has
he
songs
said,
like that.
he said
It's-
something.
It's like for him, like you know, it's like for
True,
his grandpa and
true,
shit.
true.
shit. I guess it's
because I didn't
also
listen to
relative.
it, so I can't really
Like
say
that
it. But
and
like,
all that. Like he has his own people that he's probably reaching out to, talking to, reaching.
But like I always tell motherfuckers, that's why I like Mac Miller so much, is because he started off kind of like that, as just this white boy
Oh,
rap
yeah.
making some whack ass shit.
but he dug deeper.
But
like,
then yes, he
his
dug
whole
deep,
his whole process
came
is like,
back, and through
his whole
fucking
growth
great
is
adversity
crazy.
became a really good artist. And you know,
I mean,
I don't want to be quick to hate on Jack Harlow,
it's,
but
it's just vanilla, bro.
I
It's
also
vanilla ice cream.
don't like
It's
that
nothing
shit.
crazy.
Exactly, vanilla.
Yeah,
Ain't
like,
wrong to be
he's not
vanilla in
gonna
this
go
song.
crazy with his flows and shit, but like, hey, I see why the shorty fuck with it. Like, I see the beats slap, the beats.
and
are
people
okay,
like that, you
but
know, it start like
It's just
you can at
vanilla.
least
like, you know,
it
it's
started
for the
somewhere
average
genuine,
hip-hop
you know?
listener. It's not.
like.
It's not for niggas that like really.
So let's
listen
see
to,
where he goes with
like,
this
some
shit.
experimental shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm here for the ride.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bro
For
just
TikTok.
got to where he's at. Like,
You know?
To see it go crazy, and he's from Kentucky.
Hey,
That
hey,
shit just wild.
I ain't
I'm
gonna
just
lie.
like,
Maybe
hey.
all this hate, this nigga about to drop out fire.
Exactly.
That's
Sometimes-
what people say about this
sometimes
one, though.
it takes some
This
niggas
is
a couple
second
bad ones.
album. This is the second one.
Second
He had
commercial.
a huge, yes,
Other
a huge
ones
debut
have
album.
hella hits, though.
I don't know a single song by this guy.
I can't say I know Jack Harlow's song.
I don't know the hits,
But
I
he
know they
he
be
bigger
on
than
shit.
me, so he
You know what I'm
obviously
saying?
doing something,
You know what
bro.
I'm
So, that's
He
what
had the
I'm
Grammys
saying.
and
He
shit.
signed.
Like,
But it's fuck the Grammys, fuck being signed, fuck
I mean,
the
hey,
industry, fuck Jack Harlow.
these
it's
niggas
Signed
getting
roster.
played
Deep to
somehow.
my
Like,
pockets.
so I can't knock him, bro. Like,
But that's the crux of the situation, you know? Like we talking like we have so much vested interest in this shit. that, you know?
Hey man, though, this nigga just got to do it for his team and his family. I'm not gonna say any shit. I don't battle any artist really, for me personally.
I mean, did he have to do it for his team and his family? Could the
Could've
motherfucker
chosen
go
anything.
work at Enterprise and
I mean, he
take
could,
care of his
but did he
family and
want
his team
to?
could go get jobs?
Hey.
Exactly. So he wanted it bad enough and he got that shit. It ain't about his team or his family. It's just nigga wanted this shit.
Yeah, why not?
It's like when UFC
like
fighters go out there and
when
like, I
Julian
had to win
Zane-
for my daughter. Like, your 4-year-old don't want you to go fight, nigga.
I mean, yeah,
You could work at
that
H-E-B
was
and
his
she'll be
career
chilling.
path.
I
Like,
know, it's for
obviously.
you. It's your shit. It's your baggage. It's you putting that shit on everybody else. You know?
I mean, I know,
And not you, but you
but
know
he
what I'm
wanted to
saying?
go to work. That was his work.
Yeah, that's fine. That's cool.
You feel me?
Yeah. I'm just saying, this shit is really it's a selfish endeavor. And you could build a team of
important.
others, selfish niggas, I guess, and become codependent.
everybody got to be
and that way
selfish
you're
to
not
an
able to
extent.
quit on each other.
Yeah.
But like,
Because if
I quit rapping, hey, my fucking family could be like, oh, we're ruined. If anything, it's the opposite. You know, you gotta really go out there and say some shit and risk some shit and talk about how your uncles jumped your transgender fucking auntie. You know what I
Yup.
mean? That's some risky shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's why I love that's out of all songs I think that's probably like my favorite for sure. And it made me think about my aunt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe
Fuck
think
that.
about it.
Like
Fuck
don't get
that.
me wrong, she's not transgender, but like at some point I definitely was wondering because she was definitely like always like a masculine ass nigga. But like
But I also talked about his cousin too.
It's not just about Gaunt.
Yeah, no, but one of them's literally titled
what I
after
just
Gaunt.
know.
But it's about his family.
Yeah, it's about like all how Black family looks
Like
at
if-
homophobic.
If
like that
Jack Harlow
homophobic
came in the
stuff.
house swinging about it, like
But he
Real's
doesn't
family.
experience that.
I know. Maybe he did. We just don't know. Is the
I
problem.
mean, maybe like
that's the problem. Drake's, as far as I know, Drake's mom
he talked
has
about being a
bad
Jewish
health,
kid.
and his dad used to be a famous
And he wasn't
musician
there.
And he
in
might
Tennessee.
be
It really
Jewish.
wasn't there,
and he was an actor.
and he was an actor. And like I know the
I mean,
vague
they,
story.
everyone's just saying their
The same
facts
way you
of
know
their own
Kendrick
life,
shit.
You know?
You
Like,
gotta
I
fill
feel like
the
it's
gaps.
just
And everybody got their own reasons why they
Exactly,
do this
exactly.
shit. Why they do this shit.
But you know, it's rare to get really
and
specific.
the concept of just making
And
songs
get aired the
itself is
fuck
all
out.
like different when you get in there. Because some of these people don't even write their shit. They
True.
get like they get a whole
Yeah, it's
life
hard to
of-
write about your mom when fucking Quentin Miller is writing about your mom instead. Yeah. Imagine it from your perspective, because that's how little your perspective matters in your own music. Is that another motherfucker could pretend to be you and write your shit. I couldn't imagine, like y'all my best friends, and y'all know a lot about me. I couldn't imagine y'all trying to write for me. Like that shit don't even make sense.
You actually like that.
Like not like
Yeah.
a general song.
I can
or
write for
something,
you,
but like
you
a
like it
verse.
is a whole nother question.
Like-
because this nigga's like, what the fuck is that? Shit? You thought I would write this, fool? But nah, like I get what you mean, but like
Voice would be cracking and shit.
like I don't know, from the like Beyonce probably has more shit she could probably like spit on her shit if she wrote it, but like she has writers and it's fine and it still comes out fine.
I
Yep.
personally think it's weird when people even read my shit.
Yeah,
Yep.
honestly.
It's hard to.
I've had
watch people
girls
watch
that,
me
or people
record
ask
my
that shit like, "Can I read it?" Like, no. Fuck. Like, I'll read it for you in a second, maybe. Like,
Yeah, my shit's on some real personal shit.
Nah, that's
Like,
classic rookie
The
mistakes.
music shit is like I don't know, it's different because like I don't know, it's getting some shit off for me. That's
Yeah.
just me personally, but
That's-
I would
but that's
not
it, though.
mind getting rich off of this shit or seeing where it takes us because it's taking us a lot of places.
Mhm.
So that's pretty cool in itself. But they are there to do a job too. At the same time, it is a job, and that
Yeah.
nigga's job as Kendrick to say the shit that he said, he fulfilled his job. Like you
Yeah.
know, as the helm of where he is. You know?
Yep.
So I feel like every person has their role, and like you're there to do what you do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
And some people are just here to make that vibe music, and like we appreciate you. You know, all the same as we appreciated Kendrick.
I don't know if it's all the same, but I get
I
your
don't
point.
know. I
get your
I
point.
appreciate you because
I don't.
I like all music, especially if that shit goes.
Like
Yeah.
I like all music too, but there's definitely you could tell when there's
When a
more
nigga is
effort,
trying, yes,
Yeah.
I like when a nigga
and I
tries,
appreciate that
yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's
And you,
that's my
and
part.
there's a healthy balance, bro. You could try and also make shit that goes.
That's
For
why
sure.
niggas the god.
because
though.
you
He
gotta
does
have
that shit.
you gotta have fun with this shit too. Like,
Yeah.
you can't let this shit like take you over the
Because
rails.
you start
and,
hating
like,
that shit.
Yeah. But I do love that aspect of like being like, what if I tried it a little different? You know, like
For sure.
You
I
went
tried
outside
to-
the box. Like
I tried to
fuck
make
with
an
that shit.
effortless album and it didn't work. Like this was like a few months ago, because I was like, oh, I'm inspired. I'm gonna make some shit. It was called Core Zone. I recorded like 5 or 6 tracks, right? And I had all these rules and shit, and it was like, and I was just like, man, this shit sucks. Like the songs are good, the ideas, the rules are followed, but this shit is not. Nah, this ain't it. So I had to pull the plug on that shit after all that work, and then I'm working on it, like, you know, always juggling projects.
Yeah.
But on that computer, nigga, there's 6 songs that will never be released, and then
I mean,
had
I feel
another
like that's
6
how
or
it
7 to
goes.
follow.
I feel like it's like getting in the gym, bro.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes
Yeah.
you just gotta get in there.
Nah, it was a good little workout.
Yeah.
And some niggas release all their shit, other people don't. I mean, I literally make demos of most shit that I feel like sharing.
Yeah,
I've released albums of shit I didn't feel like sharing. I was like, fuck, I just need to put it out. So I stopped listening to it.
yeah.
Everybody has their own little methods. But, you know.
And in this day and age, there's no way like you can just I don't know, just fucking get it off. What's the point of holding it
Yeah.
in? Like, I mean, you could. It's all about timing too. It's just it's
Mhm.
whatever, bro.
I mean, we argue about this shit all the
Do
time.
what you want to do. Yeah.
I want to make shit, music, and everything tangibly related all the time. But, you know, I want to release when I feel like releasing. Because sometimes you
I hate releasing, but I love making.
you
shit.
need to make a
I'll make
fuck
shit
ton
all
of
the
music to grow out of the shit. You have to
Yeah.
beat an idea into the ground in order to move on.
yeah.
Like they say, between
That shit
fucking
comes in spurts too. I'm not gonna lie. Writer's block be coming.
oh, fuck
Life
yeah.
inspiration doesn't.
I
be
be trying to
there.
fight that shit as much as
Yeah.
possible. Though.
But
Like
yeah.
you said, like on some in the gym shit. Like,
exactly.
just forcing myself to sit in the studio. Like,
Because
I don't even care if I make
nothing.
nothing. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm just sitting and listening to beats and humming, like, that's something.
Or
You
just
know?
making some
Better
house
than, like,
beats real quick. Like I fuck with that shit.
neglecting making music for like weeks. Like,
Yeah.
it's-
It just
tough.
feels weird because then when you get back in there, you're like, damn, this is why I leave this bitch.
yeah.
But also that absence, you know, sometimes you do need a break, and then you appreciate the creating shit.
Way
you know,
more.
you make some crazy shit right off the bat.
Yeah.
But there's other times where, like, if I wouldn't have just made myself do it, like a workout, like if I was like, I'm gonna make 5
would've
beats
been
every
more
day,
refreshed
you
or,
make
like,
you
yeah.
accidentally. It's really purposeful because you made yourself do it. You make some amazing shit that wouldn't have happened otherwise. You know, especially production wise, like writing. Your thoughts are there, and you just got to kind of flicker on the lights. Production is random impulses, and if you can kind of like harness that shit, especially sampling and different shit, there's so many ways to go. It's literally a blank canvas. So, yeah, most of my best beats are totally just by luck. Because if I wouldn't have sat down at 3:32
That shit
after
be,
eating
I
a
be sitting in
sandwich,
that hole like, damn.
that would have
what the
never
fuck?
been made. You know, it's crazy, and it's so fucking. It's like that fear of missing out shit. Because every time you're not sitting down making a beat, you're going like, "Fuck, this could have been the second that I made that crazy ass beat." At least that's the way my shit works. All right, we got another 20 minutes. Y'all can talk y'all's bullshit.
I'm happy with how music is right now, though.
With music,
Just like in general,
As a whole?
as releasing, yeah, everyone's releasing
us
shit.
or like music?
like genres, everyone's.
Yeah, period.
Us,
Like,
I want us
April's-
releasing more, of course.
April seemed like a really good month for music.
April was crazy.
Yeah, and then we got Florence and Machine last night, or the same night as Kendrick.
We got the
We
Smile.
got fucking.
That's the Radiohead shit. The new.
wow.
It's the dude from Radiohead with the collaborative tape. It's called the Smile.
That's hard.
It's supposed to be hard. You know,
Fucking-
Carlos be on that shit.
Yeah, man. Oh, nigga. And then that nigga sent us the fucking Nilufur.
Oh yeah, he did send that shit.
She goes so fucking hard. If you never listen to
King Gizzard.
Nilufur Blue, listen to that motherfucking Safety Net. That shit slap. But yeah.
Toro dropped too.
Toro?
Moy?
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah, shit hard.
Yes,
Oh, I'm listening to that shit.
he goes crazy.
bro.
His
Day
visual
before my birthday,
crazy.
shit was hard.
Mahal.
Chainsmokers fucking dropped. Oh, bro. Also, yeah. Happy belated.
Chainsmokers,
Happy belated.
Thank you,
Hot
thank
Chili
you.
Peppers even dropped.
Oh yeah,
You were
Bro,
there.
The Black Keys dropped. Nigga.
Black Keys dropped.
Nigga.
Hey, even Denzel dropped too.
Curry.
Bro. Like,
That
it's
was
been a
kinda
good
nice.
2 months, bro.
It's because I mean it's about to be festival. It's hot.
I ain't listening
You
to
know what
that.
I'm saying?
I saw him perform a couple of them. So
That's why I'm trying to drop again.
Trying to turn up.
yeah,
We dropping.
it's a good night. Summer's out. It's hot.
Summer's
It's
hot.
summer again.
What's up for us? What's the plan for our little fucking? We got the show
Oh,
tomorrow with that nigga Tommy Wright the third.
Young
It's
Ish,
genius.
opening for that
Tommy
nigga.
Wright the
Young
third.
Yes, sir. Koniki
On
and
the White Swan.
Yeah, White Swan.
White Swan.
That hoe is
there,
gonna
beat
be
us there.
packed
Oh, that's
out
gonna be awesome.
because that venue is not big.
Shit. Hopefully,
There's
us
no,
there.
it's not.
beat us there.
Yeah, we'll
It's gonna be packed the fuck
It's gonna
out.
be ridiculous.
we're gonna
Fact.
be upstairs.
There's an upstairs.
That's where we were. What? For it doesn't matter.
No, that's White Oak.
We're talking about
White Swan's over there in Second Ward
That
off
bar.
Navigation.
Hard. Okay, I've never been in this one.
It's like
All the venues look the same.
man. How do I describe White
So,
Swan?
It's
It's smaller than Trip Six.
White
Wow.
Swan. What did I say? White Swan. But inside, it's not that big.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's go.
So
yeah.
it's
Really not. It
That's
don't get
where I
packed
want-
out.
I'm here
fucking
for it.
Is it
roast
hot?
Dicks
Yeah, baby.
packed in that.
They got like AC and shit, but like I don't think we're prepared for how packed that was gonna be. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
Really?
I think they should got bigger
We're
venues.
talking about Tommy, right?
So,
Hey man, let's get it. That nigga goes crazy. I fuck with his music.
This nigga got Colt fans, like
Yeah, like he's like a little B type.
shit. Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I fuck with it.
what the fuck else?
I gotta pee so bad. Y'all see that LA got to limit water, but like y'all can only like water outside 2 days out of the week.
Where?
Like
LA.
your
droughts
grass and
there,
shit.
They do that shit in Arizona and Las Vegas.
Like
and
your
shit.
grass and
Yeah,
shit.
they have
It's not
droughts.
like,
They don't get rain like that.
Yeah, you gotta do that shit on that drought effect.
Yeah, that shit's
Especially
sad.
'cause
They
they
should
keep
they should
burning
just
down.
have fake
That
grass.
sucks.
Yeah, that's trash.
Like, could you imagine
And they got like
rehab stuff
earthquakes
living
and
on
shit
water,
too.
nigga?
Like,
Mudslides.
What's
It's
the
a
point,
swamp,
bro?
Baby.
They got hills, my guy.
I mean, fuck your
They're not-
lawn, but I appreciate
They're
you
not like
drinking
flat
water.
like this.
I'm good off Cali in there,
Okay,
bro.
That's what
I wouldn't live there.
I'm thinking. It's like
I'd never live
bro,
in Cali,
I
bro.
visit.
You gotta
but, like,
get. You can only get a 24 pack a month, and like you know
But
what I'm
I wouldn't
saying?
live here either. I
You
would
live
rather
here.
I would rather live like in Utah
That's what nigga said. I wouldn't live here.
I'd live other
Oh, you live
places,
here,
but
come
like
for some years.
I fuck with you.
It's getting dire.
You can
Hell's
leave.
hot.
You could
No,
leave
like
any
Texas.
time, bro.
Not really.
But we have our anchors. We're all stuck in this hole together.
Yeah.
But you know, if y'all niggas ever want to move,
I'm gonna turn the
you
city
say
up.
no, but
Before.
word.
We gotta turn the city up before we leave.
Hey,
That's
man.
fair.
Let's go to Seattle. See what's cooking up there. They got a rap scene up there. What's up?
They got
It be
Macklemore.
raining up there. I don't fuck with the rain like that.
Same. I can't
It be
dive in
raining
that
a lot
bitch.
up there, like Seattle, Oregon.
What about Utah?
Yeah, big.
Is it
We
rain
got
there?
the Mormons. I'm down. Start a cult.
I need some. Hey,
Colt's
Memphis?
cult.
How do they feel about black people?
Yeah, I feel like
great.
Utah got some bad ones.
Another place.
I feel like where we're
Another
at,
solution.
the best it could possibly be.
I don't know if it's any worse than
Everywhere else is
Texas.
sketchy to me.
Is weed legal there?
We're pretty diverse here. Bro.
Utah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doubt it.
Here.
Very doubtful.
I might go other places in Texas.
Utah
Yeah.
sounds like one of those places that got legal
Once-
weed, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, facts.
What's the name? Get out of
I
Texas.
I think coffee
I'd rather
and
go
tea
to
is
a
legal
place
in
with
Utah.
weed, though.
Like no bullshit.
Coffee and tea, bro. Is
Yeah,
that
it's
I feel like
like-
that's a good deal.
You can't drink coffee and tea in
you.
Utah.
What?
I think that's the thing.
Legal weed.
No bullshit. I'm gonna put an article right
That's a
here.
deal sealer for me. I
Yeah.
live there if there's that.
Where?
Any
Anywhere
place
that's
where
got-
it's legal.
Yeah.
Weed?
Yeah.
That's it. Y'all just get,
I said
weed
that.
is not legal here, and y'all still chilling.
I hate it.
Yeah.
It might as well be
They
legal.
hate niggas. You know why?
I'll smoke weed anywhere.
I'll smoke it.
I'll walk down Westheimer with a blunt in my
Yeah,
mouth.
right.
Man. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, we'll just walk in and be like, "Oh, what's up, bro?" And then
Yeah.
check out.
Bro, Houston cops be so busy, bro. I feel like,
But there is that fat ass tax. I don't fuck with that. That Cali tax is way worse than the Denver one.
bro, Houston cops don't even care like that. Like, they're not about to stop you for smoking weed for the most part, unless you in like a
I try to
suburb, like you in
avoid all
Katy,
cops.
you're like
I tend to do that.
Alvin or like Pearland or some shit.
Oh yeah, y'all ass is
You're
grass,
fucked.
Oh,
baby.
grass is
Yeah.
grass.
Deer
EP.
Park,
Yeah.
nigga.
Yeah.
Ah!
You're done, bro.
That shit is JJ.
Boy, that shit done. Hey.
Hey, fresh cut.
What's up, beautiful fucks?
Look at
You
who
gonna wrap
it
the
is.
What
shit
up,
up for us?
gang?
We're at an hour.
Wrapping up.
Tommy Bahama. Fronto handshake. Fry me.
Ooh.
What up, G?
What's up, third?
Oh.
Chilling, bro.
He hit your shit too, bro.
Respect yourself, motherfucker. You know best for last.
Oh.
Wow. This is why I say fuck Team Fronto.
Let's go.
Hey, man, second dick, bro.
Yeah.
We the best team. The only team.
Yeah.
Double
buddy.
F's, double A. You know what's what? Hey,
What's up?
fuckers, how y'all doing?
Fucking asses.
We're about to check out another installation from the double A boys and my guy. This is what we do. This is always what we do. Oh, I'm getting the camera. This is what we do. This is what we always do. We're the best. We're going to be the best. If you don't know, it'll be every best.
No one ever was.
That joint.
And if you don't know, now you know.
That's a good joint.
Educated.
Biggie Smalls?
Ever watch Biggie Smalls? That rap fella back in the day. He was a thick one, but he was a nice word.
He had some nice bars.
You already know what the fuck going on, you heard me?
You heard me? Hey, you heard me?
You heard me?
Scene one, Apple, take two.